Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are discussing Thatcher, that is a poem by Seamus Heaney. So this poem is about village like 50 to 60 years back, about a village, its surroundings, and something which is particular or specific to a village. So that is discussed in this poem by Seamus Heaney. So here we are told about a Thatcher, which is a considerable and important job, or which used to be a very important job back in those days, because this was one of the important things that house needed. So those important things which were required by those farmers who were living in countryside. So they would thatch their houses. So as you can see in the title picture, so this is the process of thatching. So this thatching is in fact working as insulators. Like you must have heard about jumbo-lawn, those sheets which are put up on the roof. So they protect you from temperature in winter and summer both. So here in this picture we can see, so this thatching is working like that insulator. So this is working like insulator जो कि insulate करती है और गर्मियों में गर्मी को और सर्दियों में ठंड को नीचे आने से किसी हद तक रोकती है. Since we know कि England is or used to be and still is a cold country, cold region in many places. So they need this, especially at countryside where they don't have central heating. So this keeps them saved. So this poem doesn't have any symbolic meaning. Just it has a contrast of rural and urban life. So here you can see the process of thatching. In first picture you can see two people, they're there and they are trying to thatch the building, and then it is the whole process. First we can see कि एक proper जो wooden जो staff होते हैं, bamboos कह लें, बांस कह लें, उनका एक जंगला बनाया जाता है, and then they are thatched with hays और hay bales की वजह से, उसको भूसे की वजह से thatch किया जाता है, so that they stick there permanently, और इनको आपस में छोटी छोटी गिरहें बांध के बांधा जाता है. So this is a complicated process and it takes time. So the whole process of thatching is in front of you in this picture. So let's turn to the poem. So bespoke for weeks he turned up some morning. No, the word bespoke tells us as if he's waiting for someone who's very important, or he was long anticipated. So bespoke means that for many weeks we were waiting for someone to come, and that someone was the thatcher, that who is supposed to come and thatch their building, their house, their roof. So we were waiting for him for so long. He turned up some morning, and one day he comes up. So turned up is a colloquial term which shows that अचानक ही आ गया. So like there was no protocol, there was no alarm, there was no preparation for his coming. So one day suddenly he turned up unexpectedly, and we were not expecting this kind of protocol by his side. वो क्या था? His bicycle slung with light leather and a bag of knives. So he was on his bicycle, not on a car, not having a heavy machinery with him or heavy equipment. He was just coming on a bicycle. And slung यहाँ पे जो है basically एक in a way कि it was suspended, यानी वो जो ladder थी वो उसके ऊपर properly बैठ नहीं रही थी, थोड़ी सी loose fitting में, यानी उसने लटकाया हुआ था in a very clumsy manner, और एक knives का bag था उसके पास जो कि उसको कट करने के लिए बांस को, bamboos को. He eyed the old rigging. So eyed, to look at. So he looked at the old rigging. So rigging basically जो ropes हैं जो कि निकल रही थी. Poked at the eaves. So eaves जो है ये basically roof का एक part है जो कि एक यानी wall, जो building की wall है उससे overhang होता है. So वहाँ पे जो ropes निकली थी was looking at them, and poked basically कहते हैं to look at something, to search at something, किसी चीज़ को देखना, किसी चीज़ को ढूंढना. So this is what he was doing. So he came on his bicycle in a clumsy manner with less equipment with him. So this is a thing which the poet did not anticipate. So he did not imagine. Like हम कई दफ़ा imagine कर लेते हैं ना कि कोई बंदा आएगा, ऐसा आएगा, इतना सामान होगा उसके पास. Like I remember when I first had an interaction with internet. So I had listened or I had heard about internet, but and I had imagined कि एक बहुत बड़ी building, एक room होगा, उसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा computers पड़े होंगे. But when I came to see a box computer, so it was a new thing for me. Okay, this may be internet. Okay, this could be internet. So the same was concept of poet here. He was expecting that of Thatcher, that person, to be heavily equipped and coming with a protocol on his car, but he was on his bicycle having just a bag of knives and a ladder which was suspended with his cycle. So in a very cartoonish or in a very funny manner he was coming. So he so the poet thinks that he happens to be very funny kind of character from his appearance. Coming further, opened and handled sheaves of lashed wheat straw. Next, the bundle rods, hazel and willow were flicked for weight, twisted in case they would snap. It seemed he spent the morning warming up. So, opened and handled sheaves of lashed wheat straw. So lashed कहते हैं fastened, जो कि बंधी हुई आपस में. शीव्स ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड आप देख रहे हैं जो गंदम की जो उसको जो बालियों को उसने इकट्ठा करके बांधा हुआ है. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड शीव. सो इसी तरह उसने उनको बांधा हुआ था अपने साथ. और एंड देन नेक्स्ट द बंडल रॉड्स. और फिर वो रॉड्स जो विच यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर, जो कि बैम्बूज से या रॉड्स से बड़े बड़े, यानी जो लकड़ी के बने हुए डंडे जो उसने इकट्ठे किए हुए थे. Hazel and willow, so these are the trees from where he picked these rods. Bamboos bhi ho sakte the, but he picked hazel and willow trees. Were flicked for weight. So flicked, like they were gripped together so that they don't like twisted और वो आपस में मिले हुए थे. In case they would snap means वो टूट ना जाए आपस में अलग अलग. जिस तरह आपने वो कहानी सुनी होगी कि unity is strength. एक बाबा जी अपने बच्चों को बुला के उन्हें स्टिक देते हैं कि ओके ब्रेक इट, तो वो तोड़ लेते हैं, लेकिन व्हेन इट दे आर ऑल टुगेदर दे आर अनएबल टू ब्रेक इट. सो उसने इन सबको इकट्ठा किया हुआ था कि ये टूटे नहीं. इट सीम्ड ही स्पेंट द मॉर्निंग वार्मिंग अप एंड इट सीम्ड के ही केम वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. So before coming to us, he was already collecting all those materials, all those things in order. तो इन चीज़ों को properly order में रख रहा था. The writer has not told them from the initial perspective that he was carrying all these things too. So first thing that we get to know is the ladder, since it's prominent, and then the bag of knives. So he may have put all these things behind his bicycle. So ये वो सारा सामान था जो वो लेके आया, और ये सारा सामान required होता है while you are thatching. Then fix the ladder. So then he fixed the ladder, laid out well honed blades. Honed कहते हैं वो जिस पे हम एक छोटा सा एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी हो सकता है, पूरा वो एक प्रॉपर एक प्लेटफॉर्म भी हो सकता है जिस पे आप छुरियों को तेज़ करते हैं. ज़माना आने वाला बकरीद पे हम छुरियाँ तेज़ करना शुरू कर देंगे. So he fixed the ladder at the place from where he was going to begin. और फिर उसने वो सारे चाकू ब्लेड्स निकाले, छुरियाँ निकाली जो कि अच्छी तरह होन थी, अच्छी तरह तेज़ थी, शार्पन थी. And snipped at straw and sharpened end of rod. So he snipped the straws जो excessive material था ताकि वो rods smooth हो जाए, और जो ends से उन rods के उनको भी उसने sharpen किया. That bent into made a wide pronged staple. और फिर उसने कुछ को staple की शक्ल में बिल्कुल मोड़ दिया. So कुछ पार्ट्स जो थे जो उसने ये भी काट रहा था, जिन पार्ट्स को जो कि excessive material था, उनको उसने फोल्ड कर दिया. लाइक यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर हियर ऑन द लेफ्ट. सो दिस इज काइंड ऑफ अ बिग स्टेपल पेन विच ही वाज मेकिंग. और इनसे यानी ये लकड़ी के बने हुई स्टेपल्स थे जिससे वो उनको स्टेपल करेगा, उनको बांधेगा आपस में. फॉर पिनिंग डाउन हिज वर्ड. सो ही हैड टू पिन देम डाउन सो दैट वो काबू में रहे, हैंडफुल बाय हैंडफुल. सो ही हैड सो मेनी ऑफ देम विद हिम because they were very necessary. He was going to use them. Caution, for days on swords above the rafters he shaved and flushed the birds stitched all together into a sloped honeycomb or stubble patch and left them gaping at his Midas touch. So Midas, it is like a mythological name, so we'll come back to it. Couching for days, so जैसे आलती पालती मार के बैठना, so he was couching there, बहुत दिनों तक बैठा रहा. So he was one man army, he was working all alone. On swords above the rafters, so उस छत के ऊपर जो उसने अब जो डंडे, वो जो पूरा एक प्लेटफॉर्म लगाया, वहाँ पे वो कितना अरसा, काफ़ी दिन बैठा रहा. He shaved and flushed the butts. So butts जो thick ends होते हैं, जो कि नॉर्मली फसल को काटने के बाद रह जाता है, या जो फसल के थिक एंड्स होते हैं, so those thick ends वो उनको क्लियर कर रहा था. Stitched all together, so he stitched all of them, उसने सबको आपस में स्टिच किया into a sloped honeycomb. और उसने जैसा honeycomb होता है, बहुत सारे हाइव के अंदर बहुत सारे कॉम्स बने होते हैं, बहुत सारी प्लेसेस होती हैं जिसके अंदर मक्खियाँ जाती हैं, जो बेसिकली सुराख होते हैं उसके होल्स. सो उसकी तरह वो शटर्स बन गए. आ स्टबल पैच, और उस पैचिंग के ऊपर वो जो एक दोस्त पैच जो कि लकड़ी के थे, जो कि उस भूसे के थे, and left them gaping at his Midas touch. So gaping means open. So he left them open so that his Midas touch fills them, कि उनको properly वो fill कर दे. So Midas touch basically he was a mythological person, mythological character, जो जिस चीज़ को छूता था वो सोना बन जाती थी. But this not work very well at his end, क्योंकि वो अपनी बेटी को भी उसने छू लिया, वो भी सोना बन गई. फिर उसने ये रिक्वेस्ट की गॉड से कि मुझे ये दौलत नहीं चाहिए, मुझे अकल आ चुकी है. सो इन द एंड he was reverted back to his original shapes. लेकिन ये एक मुहावरा बन गया, इडियम बन गया कि Midas touch, कि whatever you touch, you get luxury, you get gold, you get money, riches. So he was so expert in his trade that whatever he touched became wonderful. Whatever he did was wonderful enough. So the poet means to say that he developed a very good level of thatching. जो रूफ थी उसने बड़ा उससे कमाल बना दिया. उसने टाइम लिया since he was alone, but he ended up having a very good place. एक बहुत अच्छी उसने रूफ को thatch किया. So this is the whole story behind it, which he may have seen since he had his experience of countryside. तो उसने उस countryside के एक मंजर को हमारे सामने पेश किया जिसमें रूफ्स को thatch किया जाता है ताकि वो इंसुलेशन रहे और गर्मियों में गर्मी और सर्दियों में ठंड ज़मीन तक ना आए. So I hope this small little poem was quite easy for you to understand. Do subscribe the channel and please share it with others. Thank you very much.